Let's connect to our deep Ujjayi breath, of course. And as you're exhaling, feel the weight of the arms, the bones, the muscles releasing down. And the weight of the legs, the femurs, the hip crease, releasing open, letting the weight of legs melt down. And with each release, we allow for a deeper, finer breath. So keeping that loving vigilance, I want to say on high, but keeping that foregrounded so that we might catch anything that is of import to knowing, experiencing our wiser self. Right? The way that we play, of course, it will come from the body. It'll come from the depth of the body. The core. So let's do some alternate nostril breathing. Select any hand. There's some folks who will use a certain hand in the morning, a certain hand in the evening, a certain hand, feminine, masculine. Just choose a hand. We use them all. I'm going to do some alternate nostril breathing. So we're going to go approximately 5, 15, 10, which is a 1 to 3 to 2 ratio. 1, 3, 2. That's in, hold, out. So if, for example, I'm inhaling 5, I'm going to hold about 15. And often when I'm just getting started with alternate nostril breathing, I let the hold be very mushy. I just let it be very malleable. Then exhaling 10 out the other side. And with each breath, drawing each breath in and up with your cells, the retention or the absorption of each breath, where do you start to find that bodily wisdom? How does that start to effervesce up through the cells? What's its language? How do you know it? How do you experience it? Where do you find it? So starting to just hunt around for that direct connection to that higher, deeper wisdom that we all have within us. Generally speaking, when we want to go more deeply, soften, release, to be allowed that layer more, that layer in more deeply. In so many traditions, there's a gesture of bowing or offering or genuflecting that we do when we know we're in the presence of Source or higher knowing, deeper knowing. So we're letting this pranayama be a part of that approach, that softening. The softening itself, a deep bow. Just finish the breath round that you're on, and we'll do one more. In, hold, out. And then let's go left over right. We'll do a seated spinal twist, and then so with our left over our right, left foot over right leg. Inhaling, expanding the ribs, and on exhale, turning to our left. Letting breath stretch us open. All around the circumference of heart, chest, shoulder blades. We've been getting to play a lot around the shoulder blade and the heart area. Release. We inhale, unwind. We'll keep the left over right cross if half lotus suits you, as we straighten the bottom leg, the right leg. Remember, you can always set this leg down to the ground if it's better for your knee. If you've got a loop, or you just want to grab the clothing by your left thigh, it's for the right hand. So moving on exhale, the right hand reaches behind the back and attaches to the shin, a strap, or your pocket, your clothing, whatever you got. Now inhale, take left arm, lift up, telescoping the ribs up. And then exhaling as if this solar plexus is lengthening forward over the foot, over the kneecap, fold forward. If you want to grab the foot or the outer edge of the foot, fantastic. We can have that hand anywhere. Strong engagement through that inner right leg. Press, reach that ball of right foot. Softening through back of neck. And the relaxing of that back of neck itself, a gesture of releasing before the deeper source knowing. And release. Inhale, let's come upright. Okay. And so to switch sides, we'll go right over left. And moving on exhale, we'll twist to the right. Once you've got your hookups, go into the back of the skull area and inhaling, align that back of skull over the pelvis, lightening up that back of skull juncture. And then exhaling, feel that the preservation of that lightness between the skull and the neck as you twist. It sometimes helps, this is just my own little way. Sometimes helps to feel the bottom jaw relax away from the top socket, the jaw socket, to further refine the feeling of that skull-neck juncture. So you could use your own bottom jaw to feel your own under skull area. And in doing so, you might feel a subtle shifting back of the torso and the head. Let's release. Inhaling, unwind, and straighten left leg. This right leg can be kept in half lotus or set on the ground. Moving on, exhale, left hand behind the back. Grab what you can, shins, strap, clothing. Inhaling with the right arm, lift the ribs up. So arm helps the lift. Breathing into the mid-back, the upper back. Exhale, fold. Lengthening solar plexus forward. So instead of just collapsing on the gut, feel the guts, the intestines, the solar plexus moving toward that foot. Ujjayi breath, feeling all around the back of the heart. So it doesn't matter if we practiced yesterday or not, but when we did, we got to feel and study the back side of the body, in and along the front side of the body. And so here we're breathing into the back side of the body, releasing around the back of the heart, back of the neck. And go all the way to the back of the neck, back of the skull. So you can experience that neck, that skull area as opening, releasing, relaxing. It's right at the brainstem area. There you go, that's it. All right, really inhale, let's come up, unwind, and lie back so we can start to massage these ankles and leg things open. So with the low back connected to the ground, hands behind the skull, same area. Inhale, float head, shoulders off ground. Curl tailbone. Exhaling, send the left leg out, spreading the foot bones. And this is a great time to spread, to engage these shin muscles, quadricep, all those muscles around the knee after that half lotus, and then draw the low belly down. Inhale, bend left knee, bring it back over the pelvis. Curl tailbone, exhale, right leg out reaches. Splay the foot bones. Keep the tailbone curling so the tailbone doesn't just drop. There's still a butt connection there. Pull low belly down. Inhale, bend the right knee. Curl tailbone, and then exhale, reach out through the left leg. And start to reach just enough through the midfoot and the heel. So you start to feel the back of the knee, spreading open the calf. Sink the belly in and down. So we can get the back of the leg and the front of the leg together. Inhale, bend the left knee. Curling tailbone, exhale, reach through the right leg. As you press through the forefoot, you can get a nice activation around the front of the knee. As you start to press through the heel midfoot area, opening up the back of the knee. Pull low belly down. All right, inhale, bend the right knee. Let's do 3 more each side. 3 more each side. So just as an inquiry, as a study, can I feel into the foot such that it helps foreground the sense of the front of my leg? Can I reach into the foot such that it accentuates sensing through the back of the leg? The foot is such a powerful entry point into everywhere. There it is. There it is. There's the back of the knee. Yeah, I'll be just above, just in front of that heel. That would be the back of the knee. So the way that we put pressure or tension through the system, and kind of allow these swaths of our fascia and the fabric of our being shimmer and spread and open. There's so much sensing that is available, nerve sensing, blood sensing, tensional sensing that can occur through the fabric, the fascia, the fabric of our being. So letting all of these just fine articulations of the foot, of the neck, of the joint space, the bones, the muscle, help bring our awareness into more than just the muscle or the bone or the, right? All right, looks like we're good on that front. So we're going to set up bridge, and of course we can do this with or without block. Feet hip width. Inhaling from low abdomen, spreading that into the chest area, and with the feet active, exhale, begin with the tailbone shift. The tailbone shifts up the low back, the mid-spine. Wow. Just with a subtle degree of a pulling action. And subtle so you don't cramp up. And the pulling action is heels towards shoulders. Just so subtle. And it's just enough to tune up and feel and find the backs of the legs, the butt, the muscles. Letting breath move and expand the lungs and the ribs. So often to simply move is to feel. The movement itself is a stimulus for sense awareness. All right. So this can be done with or without a block. We are taking one leg up at a time. If you don't have a block or prop, it's fine. We can keep both feet down. There's always workarounds. So I like to bring my feet in just a ½ inch each, inward toward each other. Right foot stationary. Inhale the left knee toward the chest. Exhale, raise the left leg, splay the foot bones. And lift up through both the forefoot and that area just in front of the heel. By in front, I mean the little arch just up from the heel bone. See if I can help out a little here. That point just up from the center of the heel, I think, should get you a little bit more into the back of the knee. They're all good places. Let's switch sides. We'll set that left foot down. And notice as you set that foot down, you can continue feeling and focusing through the forefoot and that area just up from the center of the heel. Aha, aha, I'm on to you. Here we go, right side. Inhale, we'll draw the right knee toward the chest. Exhaling, raise right leg. Okay. And of course, you can reach and focus through any part of the foot to feel the foot. And as we listen in and from the foot, we can get into all sorts of places in the body. So using the foot to listen is pretty cool. Now, start to direct and work with that strong energy as it develops, as it builds. Where do we go with that stuff? Yeah, we'll set that right foot down. Take at least one full breath with both feet on the ground. Your leg muscles are probably tuned up a little much, so shift that tail, lengthening the spine. And as we exhale, we'll lower down. So once we roll over, we're going to set up dolphin, and we're going to keep working this dolphin strut a little bit more, including today. So if for whatever reason you're not taking away one of the arms from the ground, that's fine, just leave both arms on the ground. Still a great time to do dolphin. If you are doing dolphin strut, we'll anticipate that we will be taking one arm away from the ground. So set them up, forearms parallel. Curl the toes under, and pressing with the toe pads, inhale into the sides and the back of the heart. Feel the weight of the head relax down. Exhaling the knees off the ground. We're in it. And again, if you need to leave both forearms on the ground, just keep both forearms on the ground. And the rest of us will weight shift into the left side so that we can free the right hand up to reach for the right ankle, the right Achilles, the right calf. Now here there's a bit of both and. Both. The left arm presses, staying light in the left shoulder, and the right heel reaching for the ground, tensioning the right arm, the right shoulder blade toward the back of the mat. So there's a little, that wrapping stretch, that wrapping the shoulder move on the right side. Good. Amidst all of this, can we relax the neck? Oh, I hope. All right, let's set the right forearm down. Ensure that right arm is ready to receive weight. And as we weight shift, we free up the left hand to reach for the left ankle. Now let that left heel work toward the earth. Lift the sit bones away from the skull bones. Press right forearm, press. And release the left hand, set the knees down. And call that good. I will stand top of mat. And we'll be moving through some deep knee bend, lunge type sequencing. So if you need anything for your knee, just have it in supply nearby. Inhale, reach arms overhead, shifting the tailbone down. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, let's start with the left foot. Lunge, stepping back. And place the hands down. Exhale, step a right foot back and lower. We can draw the shoulders away from the neck. Shift tailbone toward the earth. Here's Cobra. Inhale. Exhale, lower, downward dog. Lunge. Inhale, left foot forward. Setting that right knee down softly. Using the hands, lift the ribs up. Hands to ground. Exhale, step the right foot forward. As we're folding, feel the solar plexus moving toward the feet. Drawing those belly muscles in. Inhale as we stand. Tailbone shifts down, the arms lift, ribs telescope up. Exhale, hands to heart. And again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right foot back, lunge. This time, arrow lunge. So once we set the knees down, the knee down rather, exhale, press that top of right foot down. So initially, you might have to keep the hands down just to ensure everything's going to go well in the foot, the ankle, the knee. There's no rush to bringing the hands off the ground. But as you're pressing down through that top of right foot, as you're reaching back through that right leg all the way to the big toe, deepen breath. Letting that breath mix with even the more powerful feelings and sensations. Letting breath be present for the big stuff and the mundane stuff. Here we go. Good. Inhale, we'll set the hands and softly the knee down. Chaturanga. So when we move into upward dog, tops of feet press down, just like that. Inhale, upward dog. Exhaling, downward dog. I'm going to pause right here, downward dog. Getting some pressure, some friction through the inner parts of the hands. Turning, rotating, turning those arm bones. Bend elbows, turbo dog. Releasing the weight of the head. So those inner arm lines, it's kind of like a horseshoe. Goes from the thumb and forefinger up the arm, across the front of the chest, to the other side, the arm, the forefingers. So like an inner arm line, a horseshoe of energetic support as you tweeze. So feel for that arch. There really is like an arch support from hand through chest to hand. Feel for it. You gotta push for it. All right, here's that arrow lunge, other side. Inhale the right foot forward. With the top of the left foot down, exhaling, press. Press down through the top of the left foot. You decide where you need to put the hands to work this lunge. Let that front leg be a pusher, a pusher and a helper. So instead of just plunging into that right hip socket, press with that right foot. So as you're exhaling, you can lighten through that right hip socket, that front one, yeah. There you go, that's it, that's it. Now, that little space that you just made gives you the ability to shift the tailbone down a little bit more, and all those butt muscles chime in. So finding that right foot push gives you lots more spine and core sense access. So use the heel too, the right heel. Push, push, right heel, push, right heel, push, right heel. There you go, starting, it's starting. All right, inhale, we'll set the hands down. Set the left knee down. Exhaling, step the left foot forward. Exhaling with your low belly muscles. Inhale, stand as we reach the arms up, the ribs telescope up, the tailbone shifts down. You feel that little shift into your heels? Exhaling, hands to heart. We'll pause right here. There's a cool little detail here with your active feet and that tailbone shifting down. You feel how that registers in the backside of the body. So all these little ways to meditate in the backside, the front side. Chair pose. Inhale, bend knees, reach arms overhead. Here too, a little teeny weight shift into the heels. The tailbone shifts. How fun is that? Exhaling, straighten legs, folding forward. Low abdominals sinking inward. Monkey. Inhale, lift the chest away from the lap. Exhale, step or lightly jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog, tops of feet press. Tailbone active, the butt muscles rather. Exhaling, downward dog. All right, we got a warrior two. Inhale, right foot forward. If you like strap for archer, just scoop it up on your way there. Do a little kite hawk. First. So inhaling, the upper back articulates, lifts away from the mid-back. And then as we exhale, there's a folding, kind of a segmentalizing, rolling, flexing, raise the shoulder blades, the arm bones turn. Inhale, starting the spine, the upper back lifts away from the mid-back. The arms turn, the palms turn up. And then exhaling, the spine flexes, bends, the shoulder blades lift, arm bones turn. Let's do two more. So do feel that the spine is kind of doing this undulating move. We are trying to breathe and segmentalize or, articulate. All those little all those little bony segment movements. Those are our version of cat-cow. We're just not doing it on the ground. All right. If you use the strap, it'll be for the left hand to lower to the right. So left elbow up, right elbow point down. Don't have a strap, just grab some clothing. And now use that left arm, lift up, reach up to gain deeper access, feeling access into these upper back bones. So can you sense with your breath right up into that space beside the left shoulder blade, right into those little spinal segment places around the back of the heart, right there. Okay, we're going to keep doing a bunch of this. So take these next 2 breaths and just the breath working into the top lobes of the lungs, the top segments of the rib cage. Go all the way up there, breath, top floor. There it is. There it is. There it is. That was good. That was a good front side move. And now everyone get the back side move. There's a back side to that top lobe of lung, right where the left hand is. Yeah, if it gets wobbly, congrats. Release the hands, the strap, the whatever you got there. Triangle. Inhale, straighten that right leg, adjust stance. Exhaling, reach the right hand forward, the right ribs forward, and we set this right hand down. Now going right in between the shoulder blades again. Inhale, as the right arm reaches, the left arm lifts. Feel those shoulder blades slipping, shifting apart from one another. I keep that nice, vibrant connection to the legs as we're working through the heart and the arms. All right, bending right knee. I'm going to suggest we're going right into quarter moon, but here's a potential, a possible reality. We might need to just be in half moon first. All right, so half moon is just raising the left heel hip high. Quarter moon is when we grab that left ankle with the left hand. As I keep turning, steering that left hip bone back over the right hip bone. Reaching through that left thigh. Inhaling the chest forward. Release. Inhale, we'll set that, let go of that left foot, set it down. Set the knee down. I'm going to set up right leg for pigeon. And I want you to decide if you want some other version of pigeon here. Hands, forearms, grabbing the foot. Go for it. I'm feeling pretty sweet here, so I'm going to grab the left foot with my left hand. Okay. You don't need to go. I want you to be able to select the pose that's going to help you not just achieve some shape, but to sense more deeply. So what pose will start to open ourselves up to ourselves? Maybe we'll use a block. Maybe we'll use a strap. And we release. Inhale the hands under the shoulders. Exhaling, downward dog. Turbo dog if you're game. Option 1 is taking your right foot toes, wrapping them around the left heel cord. Option 2 for you turbo dog, 2 chili pepper folks, is to raise the right foot off the ground in turbo dog. And then using that right leg to lift and stay light on this inner arm horseshoe line of energy. All right, we'll switch sides, setting right foot down. So option 1 is left foot, wraps around the right Achilles, and you're just situating weight down. So if you're in downward dog, you get a little right Achilles calf stretch. Option 2 is if you're doing turbo dog, let's take that left leg and lift it up for fun. Energetic fun. What else are we going to do with all this great energy? Squander it on billboards and commercials? No way. I'm going to work with it. So turbo dog, bending those elbows, reaching through that left leg, deepening breath. We're starting to wash that energy through core. So instead of diffusing it, just working it, breathing it, washing it through your core. All right, inhale, draw that left knee toward the chest as we step into warrior 2, last side, last bits. Strap if you anticipate a need for archer. Palms up, and then exhaling, the spine flexes, shoulder blades lift, arms turn, chin down. Do a few more. Inhaling, the upper back kind of unfurls, lifts. And then exhale, that spine, that upper spine kind of folds, the shoulder blades raise, turn the arm bones. Twice more. Front side, back side. So as we're kind of playing with this alternation of feeling the front side and feeling the back side, feeling the front side, feeling the back side. Maybe just by point, counterpoint, we start to learn how we situate in our own front and back and middle of body. Archer, if you use the strap, it's for the right hand to lower to the left. Good, strong line through that right leg. And you might even want to deepen the stance a little bit. I'm sure it's just the perspective and the angle of that I'm seeing, but we might want to deepen the stance. And then inhaling right where you feel the right hand touching the back, those upper ribs, those spinal joints. Exhaling, reach, lift up through that right shoulder joint, picking the ribs up, telescoping. The tailbone, as it shifts down, gives you this sweet lengthening through the back of the diaphragm. All right, butt, you're on. The back can't take all this stuff. Butt muscles, you're so much better suited for this. It's all tailbone, butt muscles. Release, hands, strap. Here's triangle. Inhale, we straighten that left leg. Adjust stance. Exhaling, reaching left hand forward. Left ribs forward. I'm cueing us for quarter moon, and we'll just keep in mind if we need it to be half moon, perfectly fine. So bend left knee, inhaling the left hand to the ground, picking the right foot up, heel height. And if you're grabbing the right ankle with the right hand, there it is, quarter moon. If that's too much on your knee, just stick with half moon. You can feel or practice pressing through those different points on the foot to create structure and sense enhancement through the front of the leg, the back of the leg. And release. Pigeon. Inhale, we'll set the right foot down, the right knee down. All right, so you're in charge of this pigeon. How do you need it? What way do you work pigeon so as to deepen sensing? Just one of the noticings is that some of these poses we use to just kind of fade out attentionally. And pigeon is often one of those we just kind of flop down and then just fly out of our body a little bit. But to keep that kind, loving vigilance high, how would you work physically the pose to draw you more deeply into your body? So on one hand, I'm asking us, do we know that feeling distinction when I'm deepening into my body compared to kind of lightly dissociating from it? And even if there is a maelstrom of activity, mental activity to, there can just be that quality of there's so much momentum. Can I situate more deeply than that maelstrom, all that mentating, the whirlwind of activity and momentum? What's more powerfully still or present or deep than all that momentum swirling about? What's stronger than the itch or the to-do list or the housekeeping? What's deeper than that? And release. Inhale, we'll set the foot down, the hands down. Exhaling, downward dog. And take a moment in downward dog to open up the back of the knee by sinking the heel down and engaging the quadricep. So the front, the top of the knee, above the knee, front of knee. Engaging all those shin muscles, which is raising the toenails toward the shin, lifting the toe pads away from the earth. And then gently set the knees down. Have a seat. So we're going to move directly into Shavasana. If you were doing some back bends and you need another release moment, I'm going to let you provide that for you. But I'm going to call for Shavasana. So it's taking whatever position will allow you to momentarily rest so as to make a signal to our mind, to our body, that we're closing this deepened attentional container for the meanwhile. So letting Shavasana be a strong, a potent signal of closure. It's a wonderful ideal that I'm going to walk around with this exquisitely deep quality of attention, but I find that that's not really how most of us will do that. Like, we need these containers and these moments, right? Ceremonies, journeys, practice sessions, to go deep and then to be able to relax and pick up on it later. So as part of that closure for the psyche, for the body, for the subconscious, for the conscious, we might even just offer a word like thank you. Thank you for allowing me to you fill it in. We take these concentrated moments of activity and attention and awareness together. Strengthened by the knowing that there's other people doing this with us. Invested in this deeper knowing for some period of time. We might already know when we'll practice again next. Or we might just internally verbalize the commitment to this wiser self again soon. All right. Bend knees. Turn to a side. Use both hands pressed to seated. We in it. Namaste.